Drafty Loans is designed as an alternative to expensive payday loans and overdrafts. A Drafty credit line lets you access a pot of cash from £50 to £3,000 to use as and when you need it. What is Drafty? Drafty is a direct lender, not a broker, authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. It offers borrowers ongoing access to a line of credit of up to £3,000 that they can borrow against quickly and easily when necessary. Drafty is a part of Gain Credit LLC, a popular US-based lender which also owns LendingStream. Launched in 2015, it markets itself as an innovative and flexible alternative to expensive short-term loans or overdrafts. How does Drafty work? Unlike regular short-term loans, Drafty actually offers a line of credit account in which you only pay interest on the credit you use. You aren't given a set repayment schedule and can continue to access your credit limit for as long as you want, provided you make your minimum monthly payment. You can draw on any credit you currently have, and the funds can be sent to your bank in under 90 seconds. Is Drafty a payday loan? No, it's not. However, it is designed to fulfill a similar function, namely a means to borrow relatively small amounts of money quickly when you find yourself a little short. With a representative APR of 96.2%, it's cheaper than traditional payday loans, falling below the Financial Conduct Authority's 100% APR threshold for high-cost short-term credit. Key features of a Drafty line of credit. If you're approved for a Drafty line of credit, you'll be given a credit limit and immediately be able to access the facility either on Drafty's website or via the Drafty app. How much does Drafty cost? The precise cost of your Drafty line of credit will depend on how you use the account. Although you might be given a credit limit as high as £3,000, you'll only pay for the amount you draw down, and only for the days on which you owe Drafty money. The interest you'll incur is 0.18% daily, and Drafty's lines of credit have a representative APR of 96.2%. The minimum you must pay back each month is either £50 or 6% of your balance, plus any interest you've accrued, whichever amount is greater. So, for example, if you borrowed £100 and paid the minimum monthly amount required, it would cost you £109 in interest, and you'd clear the debt after 3 months. You pay £50 after 1 month, which would include around £5.50 in interest. Another £50 a month later, which would include £3.05 in interest, and a final payment of around £8.55. However, if you were able to repay your £100 early, say after 14 days, it would have cost you £18 per day for 14 days. That's an impressively low £2.52 in interest. As you only pay interest on the credit you use, a Drafty credit line can work out much cheaper than, say, traditional payday loans, for example. However, if you were to borrow £2,000 or more and then only make the minimum payment each month, you could end up being in debt for a couple of years and paying a 4-figure sum in interest. How do I pay back my Drafty credit line? Like most short-term credit providers, Drafty uses a continuous payment authority, CPA, to collect a minimum monthly repayments from your bank account. You can also make additional payments or even pay off the credit line in full at any time without being charged a fee. Drafty customer reviews. Drafty has received positive reviews from customers, according to review platform Trustpilot. It currently has an excellent rating of 4.4 out of 5, based on more than 9,800 reviews, updated June 2022. Many customers praised their helpful customer service and quick loan application process. Negative reviews highlighted their high APRs. How do I apply for a Drafty line of credit? Complete the simple online application form by answering some basic questions about yourself and your employment. In some circumstances, you may be asked to verify some details or submit further documents by phone, email, or fax. Drafty will not tell your employer about your application. Drafty will give you a quick decision based on your affordability and credit checks. If it's a yes, you'll be able to access your Drafty account through the website and app. You will be told how much is available for you to borrow. Choose how much you want and Drafty will send the money to your bank in under 90 seconds. Your first withdrawal must be for a minimum of £50 and subsequent withdrawals must be for a minimum of £100. Does Drafty do a credit check? Yes. As a responsible lender, Drafty will run a hard search of your credit file as part of its affordability analysis. However, it also states that it's interested in more than just your credit history and will review your unique situation in considering your application. From then on, you won't be subject to further hard credit checks, but as long as your account remains open, Drafty is able to monitor your credit situation without harming your credit file in any way. So if your financial circumstances change significantly, Drafty will probably know about it. Does Drafty affect your credit score? When you first apply for the credit line, Drafty will run a search of your credit file. These have a small and usually short-lived negative impact on your credit score. If you go on to borrow money using your credit line and then make at least the minimum monthly payments on time, then this should benefit your credit score as you're demonstrating that you use credit responsibly. Is Drafty any good? If you've used payday loans in the past and think you might again in the future, Drafty is likely to be a significantly cheaper option. While a fixed-term loan can be easier to budget for, products like Drafty's innovative credit line offer the flexibility to borrow as much or as little as you need, as and when you need it. So it's quick and convenient. Provided you have the good self-discipline to only use the facility occasionally for unexpected and unavoidable costs, and don't let the debt drag on, it's a smart way to borrow. It's not the only alternative to a payday loan. You may wish to consider a credit builder credit card, an authorized overdraft, or any of the options outlined by the government's Money Helper. What is a line of credit? A line of credit is an ongoing credit facility with agreed limits. Unlike a loan that's issued as a lump sum and paid off over a fixed period, a line of credit can be accessed whenever you need it, and you can borrow as much or as little as you like, subject to an agreed maximum. You then choose how much you want to repay each month, subject to a minimum amount, until the debt is cleared. And within your credit limit, you can borrow more at any time. Unless you close your account, the facility is always there and available for you to dip into. More traditional examples of lines of credit include credit cards and authorized overdrafts. One of the main advantages of a line of credit is the flexibility. You only borrow what you need when you need it, and you can pay it back over a time frame that suits you and that can adapt to your changing circumstances. The flexibility of a line of credit is also one of its main disadvantages, however, presenting the risk that you might borrow when you otherwise wouldn't have, or let debt drag on and on. What's the difference between a credit line and a loan? Unlike a loan, a credit line is a flexible way to borrow money. It allows you to borrow amounts of your choosing as many times as you like, up to your approved amount. The initial minimum withdrawal is £50, after which the minimum for withdrawals becomes £100. You pay interest only on the amount you borrow. As long as your account is in good standing, you won't need to reapply when you need additional funds. Simply log into your account and request a transfer of funds into your bank account. It's there when you need it, but you don't have to use it. There is monthly repayment, which you must be sure you can comfortably make. You also have the option of making larger payments or repaying early, which will save you money overall. A loan is a fixed amount that you borrow with a fixed payment schedule over a certain amount of time. While it doesn't offer the same flexibility as a credit line, it can be easier to budget for and to understand how much you are paying back in total. When you take out a loan, you receive the cash in a lump sum. If you require additional cash in the future, you must go through the application process again and will be subject to a new credit check. What fees does Drafty charge? Drafty prides itself on offering credit lines with no fees at all. This means there are no late fees, application fees, transaction fees, or penalties for repaying your credit line off early. The only charge you'll receive will be the interest charge, 0.18% per day, that's 18p per £100 per day. What will my credit limit be? The first time you apply for a Drafty credit line, you can request a credit limit of any amount between £50 and £3,000. Drafty will perform a fast, personalized review of your financial situation, not just your credit score, and provide you with a fast decision. This includes letting you know the full amount you are eligible to receive. Periodically, Drafty will review your credit limit. If your account is found to be in good standing and you meet the affordability requirements, Drafty may offer to increase your credit line to £5,000, with 30 days notice for you to accept the increase. If you don't accept it, your limit won't be changed. You can also ask Drafty to reduce your limit if you'd rather not have the temptation to borrow.